Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Kaijuro Cards. It's been, a very long time. I apologize for that. Had a lot going on, and then OBS decided to break. But here we are. We're back. We got two entire updates to go over. There was this month, which is the dual season, and last month, which was the summer season, or as I like to call it, what the heck was that? Or was it? It was this season, the feline season? It was a season. I don't know. No, I covered feeling. Okay, I'm not crazy. Yeah, it's this month and then summer. Okay, right. I'm not crazy. I am, but that's not important right now. So yeah, it's just kind of wacky. Um, so with that, we can start jumping into cards. We will start with the last month's, which, oh boy, hold on. There it is. Raw Mallow, I think. I think I did that right. So free cost 1,000, gain 2,000 at the end of your turn while in your hand. If it's 9,000 or more, discard it. I'm kind of mixed on this card. This card's cool because it's kind of like a fire version of Gilgastan, if that makes any sense, where it's gonna be in your hand for a little bit, build up power, and then you just play it. To that extent, I like this card. Um, there was a dual class card that came out this month that we're going to get into that also that does have synergy with this. And overall, this is by default the best card in this update. That's right, folks. You're looking at probably the best card from the summer update. It's a free cost epic, you know. It's all downhill from here. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We'll be straight up front. This was a bad five cards we got. Um, I give this a free. It's not bad, but it's niche, very stoppable, and just it requires a lot because at the end of your turn, so you get it 2,000 makes it 3,000, another turn 5,000, which at that point like a free cost 5,000 is good, but you want to aim for the 7,000 mark. Um, and this card like there's no real reason in Fire to constantly discard your cards due to Burnout Overseer being, cheeky little guy, uh, getting a little nerf. By little, I mean big nerf. There's no real reason to be constantly, maybe like once to get the charge. That's really it. And I mean, yeah, you can create copies, but those copies are going to discard themselves. So it's just weird. It's not bad. Just overall, just kind of, I don't even know. Uh, next, talk about the darkness one. Uh, here it is. Shadecaster. Free cost zombie. Discard all non-darkness cards. Destroy a minion for each. This is kind of a janky card because from what I've seen, you're running this with like Death Ultra, like Aura Healer, like just these weird cards. Heck, maybe even like Withering Blade. Freaking, I don't even know the lovers. Just like these are like usually this is the cards I've seen with Shadecaster. And if you have like 3 to 4 neutrals in hand, I mean that's destroy 3. That's pretty good, but you're discarding neutrals. There's no like neutral please discard me card, sadly. So for right now, kind of weird niche. I give it a 2.5. I've seen it. I've heard that it actually does have some applicable uses, but overall, it's so niche and weird. It's like, why would I like commit to this when I could commit to something so much better? That's my main problem with it. Why would I commit to this when I could just commit to literally anything else to destroy way more efficiently? So yeah, not. I think that's the second best. We're being like, yeah, this is the best. This is pretty decent. Let's dog on a card, shall we? Freaking Master Tour Guide. Uh, I'm known to like praise Koopa for his designs, and he does have some genuinely good designs. What is this? What am I looking at? I don't know what I'm looking at. So randomly changes cost each turn. Play, adapt, draw a zero cost card or zero cost card. Won't actually be zero cost again. It's changing every turn. This is just weird, man. I get it. It's a you're getting a beast draw cheap, and in return you gotta, but you're holding it. Beast, you want to be able to play a card every turn. You don't want to be constantly like, oh, I gotta hold this card in my hand because I don't have a 7 cost card in my deck. If it was guaranteed to be a card in your deck, hey, that's not bad. Uh, but let's look at other 3 cost cards that you could be playing. Mana Tick. You just it just draws a card. Um, Flipping. I don't. Let's see. Sprout. That's a great card. Bronze Arm. Where's my boy Bronze Arm? I mean, yes, there's summoning and not drawing it, but again, Beast Beast as a whole, they're going more down the route of being summoned. Like this isn't. This is fine. It's not a play. This this is fine. Not a play. 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 This is great, but it's not a play. Not a play. I don't know why you'd use it. Like the only like high end play beast is Warren, but even then you don't need it. You can shout or you frax or you run the frax stuff. The only like detriment could be Old Torch when it comes to summoning compared to drawing, and that lies my problem. It's slow. It doesn't make sense. This is so silly to me. And I even made this comparison. People are like, oh, but this is, this is a play draw. This isn't a starter turn. Dog, for a free cost of bug that's very easy to summon and even give a little bit of protection to, that's fine. You can get this thing protection very fast. I don't know. Honestly, 0 out of 10. Why? Because look, Swift Fighter, draw a card as a basic. Yeah, like, this thing is more consistent. It's a basic. These are supposed to be trash. The basics outperforming a new epic. That's kind of sad, in my opinion. That just makes no sense. That's that's the way this weird card works. Next, we'll talk about light. Sunscreen spawn, blocker, play, gain immune until your next turn. This is a cool idea where it's basically like, okay, you now have this, like get out of jail free card. Your opponent won't want to use interaction, will be deterred from it. Meh. Your opponent could still just play a mini normally or just anything like that. If Kaijuro was more of like had more deck styles that were only about aggro, this would be more of a viable option. But in reality, even aggro decks that are like focused on interaction, they still have ways to focus on their own board and get powers. They don't need to exactly always interact every single turn. Because of that, it's kind of detriment. I don't think it's the worst card. I think it's a cool idea, but for 6 cost 3,500, I don't think it's that good. It's cool finally getting some light blockers. I think light blockers just need something. This isn't something. This is just some. Overall 2.5, just weird. Uh, and then finally we have the water. What? Man, I feel bad saying this. What was the water card that buff, man? I don't even freaking remember what water got this buff. What did water get? Ooh, we may never know. What did water get? It got King Jaws. That's right. You got this. This was the card. Play first. Devour the top minion of your opponent's deck. So we're finally seeing more Devour outside of for the second time. As a play first. This is probably to balance, not like deck wiping, which is fair. I still say just make it play once per round. I know the devs want to stay away from that. Play once per round, so much better. Because play first isn't water. I don't know. They did the same like patchwork for what was it, Serena's? That's a fair nerf. It needed that nerf. I feel like that makes sense as a play first. But I don't know. Water doesn't. It's not play first. It's just weird. I've seen one deck use this, and the person because I played against them with it for a bit. We were testing. They were testing on me. I let them test it a couple times. And the main issue we both ran into when trying it out was just freaking like, oh, I devoured your cricket. Kick, you know, now you're gonna have a more consistent war pool. It just didn't really like 8 out of 10 times. Just feels very inconsistent and unnecessary. It's not a bad card. It's just not a good one. And that's why I give this another like 1.5. It's I don't know, just so inconsistent for 7 cost. I don't think it's that worth it. I'd rather run King Nautilus, heck, King Defcon, Emperor Neuron, King Coral. At that point, just give me Teleport. I'd take Teleport over it. And that's just kind of where my problems lie with this. But I think it could be a cool card. I don't know, maybe 6 cost? I don't think that would be offensive, making it 6 cost. But yeah, so that concludes the summer cards and all of their weirdness. And now we could talk about the dual class month, which FYI peak, and this has been awesome. This redeemed last month. We got this month. I hate to say this to devs. Please stop with this. I made a post suggestion about Discord, which, boy, it's just I still not a fan of just us getting like an old foil. Like, oh boy, foil the Archmage. Can't wait to not use Archmage still. Um, but I mean, obviously I bought it, but that's just because I love to support the game and I want these foils because, like, again, as we're gonna get into, good cards. So let's talk about this. That's the reason I was like blitzing for those summer cards. I want to get to these cards because we got like 10 cards, I believe. Yes, 10 cards. Yes, 10. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but there's 10 cards. So I could probably just type in duel, can I? Yes, I can. Cool. So let's talk about the first one. We're just gonna go like let's see pop up. Dev's Arbiter. Turn the def effects of any minion in your hand into play and def effects. On reveal, I popped off. Like I think like a lot of us were popping off because this was like, whoa, this is a crazy idea. Sorry for yawning. What the heck? Um, but like in practice, it's not a. It does good in darkness and light. It struggles, and that's sad. However, I think this is a very cool idea for a card. We're playing with conditionals and all that fun jazz. Um, I remember on launch, me and like a handful of people were like, "Man, this is gonna seem so good, so powerful and light." Uh, it was not light that made use of this card; it was darkness. And even then, I don't think this is like an auto include. It's a very cool one. Um, for like Dark Void Cultivist decks, like Ward Death stuff. That's what's using this. Light's just too slow of a draw engine. There's no real benefit to summoning your entire deck in light instantly to fully warrant this yet. Maybe one day light will use better advantage of this, but for now, that's just not the case, sadly. Um, I still give this a 3.5. Again, Darkness completely loves this card. It's good in dark. I would say an auto include, very good though. Mid and light. Maybe that'll change one day. We just need more light def effects, I feel like, to make it actually good. Next is Trojan Termite play. Shuffle any minion in your deck into your opponent's. So we're going more towards nature junk existing, and personally, that's a little scary to think about that we're heading towards like junk decks. Even though I suggested it once and everyone said that's not going to happen, but apparently it's gonna happen. It seems like they're supporting it. So what you want to do, like you take your bird familiar or like just like I don't know, cricking and nymph glide or whatever, shuffle into your opponent's deck, just getting trash minions in there that you don't want summoned, but you want them to summon on war. Just completely screwing with them, screwing with combos, just whatever. It's a cool card. Uh, it's kind of, in my opinion, it's a little weird, right? And in water. I mean, again, bird familiar. Mm. But like, I don't know why I'm yawning. I'll tell you that. I don't know, but I don't know what's really using this in water. I mean, again, as we're seeing here, like the 1000 effects, pretty good. I mean, you got King Sonar and stuff like that. But like, I'm like, man, I don't want to give my opponents these cards at all, except bird familiar and Eye of the Tides. But one day that hopefully will change. Hopefully, information actually means something. Till that day. I just do not get Trojan Termite. So overall, I'd say three. Really good in nature. I think definitely some applications. Less so in water, but who knows? That could change one day. Maybe we'll get more junk stuff in water with fibers, which I would definitely be down for. Next, we have Grim Water Sage. Play, take control of a minion with reduced power. Um, okay, yeah, it works. It's cool. Uh, So, spoiler alert, right now, Kaijuro tournament's going on, and I actually saw a deck run this today before recording, and that was like that's been like one of my biggest exposures besides my own personal testing. I don't hate this card. I'm just not very for it. It's could be like maybe if you want to use it in Souls where you're just like, you're reducing their power with Rin and then just like you're using this to like grab their minions. It's just a wonky card. It to me it makes doesn't make much sense. And in water viruses, it's on life alert, man. This only works with Mother Virus or Mind Frere, so basically Mother Virus. So overall, it's just mid. I'm sorry, it just is. Just a two. I was talking about this. I wouldn't say cause people to get up in arms about anything, rather flipping tick people off of how kind of unbalanced it is. And that's Thriller Knight. Summon free 1000 zombie beast or destroy a minion. Okay, let me rephrase this. Summon free 1000 zombie beast. That's all people see this as. This is all people care about. The because this is in Souls essentially a 4 cost summon 9000 on war if you can get that. It's insane. I'm running in tournaments, spoil alert to my opponents, and it works. It is like I've had my opponents just be tilted because it's just like unless you have board wipe AoE, it's just like, man, what the heck am I supposed to do here? He just summons 9000. Cool. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. And it just slamps rounds because it's like, oh, I have a little bit of a power advantage, a war. Oh, okay, I got a decent minion, nothing great, but surely he won't. And then like I just summon 9000. You're just like, what the frick, man? What is this card? It's silly. I love the Michael Jackson reference. I do think that's a fun reference. This isn't like a five. This is a 5 out of 5. Just 5 star. It's great. It's usable in both elements. That's one thing. If you couldn't tell with like the first freeze, like one element's doing great with it, but the other not so much. This one, both elements can use this card very well. Beast loves summoning a bunch of stuff, and Souls loves being petty. So it's great. 5 out of 5. Next, Aqua Flame Evoker. Gain the power. Oh, sorry. So play. Gain the power of the top minion in your deck. First, draw it. This is very cool in fire. Does okay in water. This is our second Cyber Raptor from like last year. Very cool. Um, I like it. Question mark. It's kind of weird. This thing is definitely more tailored for fire. Personally, it does have applications in water, but like play first fire, mwah, drawing cards delicioso. Being able to draw your more play first minions, or just as a play first, like it could get into your ball shack. That's terrible wording. It can help you draw your ball shack dragon. Um, and oh no, oh that's terrible. But you can draw that, have it for next round, but you get power benefits this round. This thing can be like a 5 cost 10,000. It just it gets a lot of power output there. And I'm sorry, it's just oh man, I already know people are just not gonna let me live that down. Um, I think a 4 out of 5. My main issue, not that good in water. It has uses, but I don't like water deck buff. Like Kuba keeps trying to make it happen, man. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna. You could keep trying, man. I doubt it's gonna fully ever work out, but you do you. Next is Sunlight Farmer. Play Adapt to gain a minion's power. Give it 1,000 or silence it. Uh, this is very good in both elements because this thing could just be like a 5 cost 9,000 sometimes with like your beast, your angels slot, just whatever. Pretty good. Sadly, I mean, there's not a ton to talk about game plan here. Like explain it. It's just gain power. Usually want to do the 1,000, even in both nature and light. Honestly, instead of silence, silence isn't really that good yet. Unless you want to silence an enemy card, maybe like knock out the Void Consumer. That could be very good, but it's not like it's some crazy big boy card that's fully required. But overall, not bad. Another 4 out of 5. I do like this card. Not a fan of the second effect. And it is a little bit more nature prevalent than light, in my opinion, but it still works. Next is Fiend Claw. When another friendly minion gains power, steal that much from a random enemy minion. This has had so many diverse applications, and you can already tell bullcrapping. It's been used in Souls and Souls alone. Reason for that is, you have this card out, and then when the war hits, it just when all those 1,000 minions are getting that power, it's just consuming all that power from your enemies, and it's pretty good. You just gotta get Fiend Claw out there. And in my opinion, I don't think it's. I think there's better options for Souls than this, but people love it. I haven't seen excessive Raptors with it. It's Raptor buffs are very weird right now. I don't think this is helping much. Not a terrible card by any means, just not good. So overall, not a bad card, just very again, it's a one-trick pony card that could have a lot of tricks. It could be that awesome golden medal show horse, but at the end of the day, it's a one-trick pony. It could do a front flip, and that's it. I give it a 3. It's honestly just because of how boring it is as a dual class card. Not a bad one, just nothing interesting. Next is Razor Leaf Dragonfly. Play first. Gain the total power of all minions in your hand of fire nature. Spoiler alert, 5 out of 5. I think this is like the most underrated card in all of dual class. I think this isn't talked about enough because let's just say fire play first. This thing I've been able to get like 30,000 with this thing easily without even trying, just like complete accident. It's insane. I would almost say auto include for play first in some versions of play first. I think overall play first still isn't running this, but you get my point. And in nature, ooh, loving it in like nature good stuff where like running vodka, just stuff like that, like decent statistics. Because like sometimes you can just run this and get like I don't know like 13,000 power, which for a play first, again, that's good. That's good power output, and especially the dragon bug. We love bugs with play effects. Those are always awesome to see, but I don't think it's terrible, and I definitely think it's gonna have a good long life in both fire and nature. That's why I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. It's a good card. I mean, this was the first foil I grabbed was of Razor Leaf. Next is Virtue Dragon. Play if you're holding a dragon. Play a spell. If you played a spell last turn, draw a dragon. I had to read this like 3 times. So basically, what you have to do is you have to have a dragon in your hand when you play this card. Play, and then so you can play a spell this turn. And if you played a spell the turn before you played this, you could now draw a dragon. very specific field of requirements. It's like a checklist. You gotta like you got your little clipping board. You're like, all right, I got spell, I played it last turn, I got dragon. Okay, I draw now. That it is a lot. I like the complexity creep on it though. I'm a fan of that. I do like that. I don't think this card's good. It is so specific that and it's in light, it's basically non-reachable to be able to just constantly be playing dragons and drawing them. To the point, I think this is a 1 out of 5. I think it has potential as like a 4 cost somehow. I know that would be a little unbalanced, but I don't know. Just at least in likes. Like Fire's doing okay. Jano had a list I played around with. It does okay, but I even he I think so was like this card needs buffed, man. I agree. This card's just it's not terrible. It's just not good at all. Like at all. So tour guide, I'll give it that. I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy to be tour guide. So at the very least, virtue isn't that just so niche it hurts itself. And then finally, Neo Genesis Orator play. Stitch together 2 spells in your deck. If it costs more than 10, split it apart. So split finally comes Stitch coming standard. Very cool. Very fun. And what's funny is that first we didn't know if this was temporary or permanent. And the first consensus was that this was permanent stitching. And we're like, oh dear lord, deck fitting in water. This is gonna be scary. It's not. Big rip there. Uh, this card is very cool and I like it. One of the things I've heard about is it's an expensive combo. I'm not quite sure how they do it, but basically you do these. So like what you want to do, you stitch the front of like I don't know, flipping like water compulsion or book string because hold on, work with me here game. The crown fragments, when you draw this casting, that's the main reason why you want the crown fragments. Very good for that niche, and King Triantis is cycling those in your graveyard and keep getting them going, and then Reef Butler's constantly having to draw them back, so you could like create like this like weird like I've come to do Marmu, I've come to bargain like loop of just stacking, 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 and it's very niche, very hard to pull off. I don't think it's actually practical, but it's funny. There's always that. This is certified it's funny moment. And Neo Genesis is a cool card. I mean, there's other stuff. Obviously, this is the only application for it. You can, put on your Mystic Waters, put on your teleports, heck, defree if you're feeling a little quirky today. Like mark up Triantis something. I know recast spells are basically worthless unless you're doing Kingston or Slop. Overall, not terrible, but at least for me, it's nothing exciting. I have seen, and for light though, Electro Surge stuff. You kind of want to use it in spell heavy decks like Electro Surge. It's good there. Overall, I give it a 2.5. Actually, no, sorry, 3.5 out of 5. Not 2.5, 3.5. I think it's pretty good. A little niche sometimes, it can flop, but overall, I think it's a really good card. I like it. And that is me catching up on 2 months of patches. Sorry if I went fast. I was trying to give for all this a decent pacing. Um, along with this, we got the Kaijuro tournament, one of the biggest too. I think 33 participants. There's a lot of people, and not only that, but we also got the 2 million custom card thing. Submissions ended just a little bit ago, I believe, as of making this. So make sure you go vote for my cards, kids. Okay, make sure I get added because obviously I'm the greatest card designer. I would make uh all the other designers shake and cry. As Mark Platter would say, I'm literally shaking and crying right now. That would be the developers because of my awesome cards. So make sure you go vote for them. Um, but yeah, I do apologize again for all these delays. It's 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 been a summer. I'll be honest, it's been summer. But heck yeah, like welcome back dual class cards. It's great to get some more dual class cards. Same time next year, game. Same, that's probably how it's gonna happen. Same time next year, I guess. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hopefully I'll go back to making deck videos, but we'll see what my schedule allows. Until then, stay Kaijuro-ish.